right. Hi, I'm Allie,
I'm Kelly.
and I'm going to be playing the occupational therapist.
And I'm the homeowner.
And we're going to be demonstrating how to score and use the Home Safety Self-Assessment Tool, or the HSSAT. So the first location that you're going to look at is the entrance to the front door in the front yard. And the great thing about this assessment is that they provide you with a visual, so you can actually compare what you're seeing to what's on the paper. And you can also show it to your client so they can get a better idea of what you're looking for. So the first thing that we're looking for is a lack of railings or unstable railing. And we can see...
I don't have any.
And then unsafe steps, I don't think so. They look okay to me. Unmarked or raised threshold.
Yeah, there's a couple steps up into the house.
Okay. Lack of lighting at night.
No, I have 2 lights there and some halfway lighting, so
Okay.
that is good.
Perfect. And then lack of a ramp for a wheelchair.
Correct, I do not have that.
Okay. Uneven or cracked pavement. Looks okay to me.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's no ice or snow because it's not winter time yet.
Yeah, thankfully.
And then lack of an outdoor grab bar.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a total of 4 check marks here. So you would write the number 4 in the total number of problems box at the bottom, and then you can move on to the next area of the house. So now we're at the entrance to your side door, correct?
So this goes straight into my garage. I don't really use it, so excuse that.
That's okay. All right, so we again have another picture here, so we can just kind of compare. So is there a lack of railings or unstable railing?
Correct. No railings here.
Okay. Unsafe steps?
Definitely.
I'm thinking so. All right. And unmarked or raised threshold?
Yep. A couple steps up with.
Looks like it. Okay. And
some
lack of
objects.
lighting at night?
Yeah, I'm not sure how bright that light bulb is, but.
Okay. We'll check it off. And lack of a ramp for a wheelchair?
Nope, do not have that.
Okay. Uneven or cracked pavement?
Yeah, pretty uneven. It's kind of going on a downhill slope.
Yes, I could see. Okay. Ice or snow on the walkway?
Not yet.
Okay. And the lack of a grab bar?
Correct.
Yes. Okay, so we've got a lot of checks for this one, so we're going to mark it as a 7. Great. So now we're in the front of your house.
Yep.
Okay. Great. So here again, we have another photo. We're looking for 4 items this time. You can take a look too. So we're looking for an uneven or slippery floor.
Oh, I think the rug might be a little slippery. I have had some people trip as they come in.
Okay. And then cluttered area.
I try to keep it clean, but my brother just keeps his shoes in the hallway, so.
That's okay. All right. And then dark or poor lighting.
Yeah, I would say it's pretty dim here. I should probably get a brighter light bulb for this overhead lighting.
All right, and then the last one is lack of access to the ceiling light, but it looks like you have those switches there, so we won't mark it. So for this area of your house, we're gonna mark.
This is my living room.
Okay, great. So here we are, and we can compare to the nice photo that they gave us here. So we're looking for 8 items this time. First thing we're looking for is the presence of a throw rug or scattered rugs.
Oh, I have one here by this couch and one right over here.
All right, so we'll mark that. Presence of clutter.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Any electric cords across the floor? I do see that over there.
Yep, there is one.
Okay, poor lighting.
Yeah, this room is pretty difficult. I just have very small lights up there.
Okay. Presence of unstable furniture.
I don't think so, no.
Okay. An unstable chair, nothing like that.
Nope.
Okay. Difficult access to light switches.
Well, it's hard kind of in the dark to come around this corner and get this light switch, so perhaps.
All right, I'll mark that off. And then not enough space to move around. Seems like maybe this area might be difficult to get around the table.
That is a little tight.
Okay, so for the living room section, we're going to mark off a total of 6.
Okay, so this is my kitchen area.
All right, awesome. So we have another 8 things that we're looking for in the kitchen and a great visual here. So first thing we're looking for is a cabinet that is too high or too low.
Well, I am pretty tall, so I'm lucky in that sense. I can reach pretty much everything that I need to, especially over there too.
Okay, so it doesn't seem like that's a problem. Not enough counter space.
Yeah, I do have some things on the counters that make meal prep a little challenging.
Okay. Using a stool or a chair to reach things.
Luckily not for me. It's the long legs.
Okay, and then not enough room to maneuver around the kitchen?
Well, sometimes not really, but I think there's some good space. If I have the dishwasher open, that could kind of
Okay, it seems okay to me. There's a good gap here. And then the presence of a throw or scattered rug.
I have this mat right under the sink.
Okay, yes, so that I'm gonna check off. Slippery floor.
No, I try to keep it.
All right, and then
clean.
poor lighting.
I think it's pretty good lighting in here with the overhead lights.
Yes, and it looks like you have lights that are going directly over the stove and the sink, so that's good too. So I won't mark that. And then presence of pet underfoot. I know that your dog has been following us around throughout the video,
Yeah.
so I might mark that one off.
Perfect.
So we're gonna have a total of 3 check marks for the kitchen.
I'm in my bedroom.
Okay, so in this room we're looking for 9 items. We have another good picture here to compare. So we're looking for the presence of clutter.
I forgot to make the bed this morning.
All right, so I'm gonna check that one off. Presence of any electric cords going across the floor.
Oh, yes, to the side of my bed for sure.
Okay, unsafe carpet. Looks okay to me. Presence of a throw rug.
No, I just have the carpeting in the room.
Okay, and then the height of the bed.
I like it tall.
Yeah, it's pretty high, but it looks like it's a good height for you, so I won't mark that one off. Lack of a telephone near the bed.
Nope, I have one there.
Okay, perfect. Lack of a nightlight.
Also have that on this table.
Awesome, okay. And then the arrangement that causes difficulty to reach items. So is everything in a good place, like your TV remote, lamp, things like that?
Yeah, I think so. I have it all set up on the table right there.
Okay. And then lack of device to help you get in and out of bed.
Yeah, I don't have anything attached or anything like that.
All right. So for this section, we're going to mark off only 3.
It's just the bathroom to my bedroom.
Okay, awesome. So in this room, we're looking for 10 hazards. So number 1 being the presence of unsafe bath rugs.
Oh,
Honestly.
I have a couple.
Yes, okay. I'm going to mark that one off. Because you could definitely trip over these. So.
Yeah, they're easy to.
And then here's your tub over here. So we're going to take a look. Lack of grab bars getting in and out of the tub.
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
All right. Lack of grab bars getting into the shower area. It doesn't look like you have any on the inside either.
No.
All right, so we're going to mark that off. Lack of grab bars near the toilet.
I don't have any of those either.
That's okay. And then the toilet too high or too low. It actually looks a little too low for you, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And then slippery tub. Is there a bath mat in there? No. Okay, so I'm going to mark that one off as well. And then a tub that is too high to get into. But you typically use the shower, or do you use the tub?
I typically like to take showers, so
Okay.
this I think is an okay height. It's kind of just a little step in.
Okay, so I won't mark that one. And then in the shower, was there a chair in there? Do you usually use it?
Oh, I don't have a chair. No.
Okay, all right, so I will mark that one off. And then just general clutter.
No.
Okay, and then just incorrect placement of grab bars, but you don't have any grab bars, so I'm not going to mark that one off either. So for this one, we're going to have a total of 7.
Okay, so these are my stairs leading to my bedroom.
Okay, great. So this is actually one of our stops. So we have again here 5 items that we're looking for. First one being lack of poor lighting. Poor lighting. Looks okay to me.
Yeah.
Lack of railings.
One on each side.
Yep, great. Any clutter.
Just a couple of shoes and objects.
All right. And then the steps being too steep. These look like pretty average sized steps to me, so I'm not going to mark that one off. And then slippery steps without tread or carpet.
Yeah, they do not have carpet. It's just hardwood.
Okay, so we're going to mark off 3 for the
So now I'll come down to my laundry room. It's just through this door in here.
All right, so I'm noticing that it's not in your basement.
No, it's all on one level, luckily.
Okay, great. So this time we're looking for 7 things. So first one being poor or lack of lighting.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll check that one off. Lack of railings, but that's not a problem because it's not going down the steps. Some clutter.
Yeah,
I'm
some
thinking
laundry.
so.
Sorry.
Okay. Steps are too steep. That doesn't really apply to your laundry room. And then slippery steps, but that again doesn't apply. Any presence of cords going across the floor?
No cords, just some rugs and dirty laundry.
Okay. And then same colored floor at the bottom of the stairs, that also doesn't apply. So for this section, I'm only going to mark off 2. All right, so now we've completed going around to each room in the house and completed each section of the assessment. And the great thing about this assessment tool is that, one, that it gives you all those visuals that you can compare while you're going through it, but also that it gives you specific recommendations for each item number that you checked off. So to start off, we checked off number 1 of the entrance and front door. So this just recommends that you do implement the use of a railing. Moving on to number 3, we noted that there was a raised threshold to your house. So what you could do is mark the ends of your steps with color contrasting tape or a paint color, just so that you're aware of the difference in height when you're getting up the steps. For number 5, there was a lack of ramp for a wheelchair. So you could have a remodeler or home contractor come and construct you a ramp that's appropriate and helpful for you to get in and out of the house with a wheelchair. And then lack of a grab bar. So all you could do is just implement a grab bar, and that would help you get more easily into the home. Yeah.
I see.
All right, so now moving on to the entrance to the backside door. Based on everything that we checked off, some ideas that the assessment gives you. Number 1 would be to add a railing to that back area, just so that it's more stable when you go in, and then probably have those steps repaired. But I know you said you don't use it very often, so it would just depend. And then again, you want to mark that threshold with contrasting tape. You probably want to also fix the light fixture if you're going to use that, because it might be hard at night. Yep. Again, you could have a home contractor install a ramp there as well. And then fixing any uneven or cracked pavement that we saw back there. And then also add a grab bar going into that part. All right, and then for the hallway or foyer when we first came into your house, some recommendations could be just making sure that your floors are clean and dry. And if you have a carpet, just make sure that the patterns aren't too busy. And just removing any wrinkles, making sure that it's smoothed out so that you don't trip on it. And then also, I know that we saw a pair of shoes there, but anything like that on the floor, just to get rid of and just reduce overall clutter, because all of those things are risks for falling and tripping. And then also poor lighting. So maybe we could install some brighter lights there.
Yeah.
All right, and then in the living room, some ideas could be to remove those 2 throw rugs that we saw.
Yeah.
I think they might be easy to trip on. And then eliminate any clutter on the floor and also on the couches. And then we saw some electric cords on your floor, so you might want to maybe use extension cords instead of ones that have to run right through because they're too short.
Yeah.
Because you could also trip on those. And then I know you mentioned the lighting in the living room wasn't great, so maybe brighter lights in there as well. And then difficult access to light switches. I know it's kind of around the corner, you said. So a great idea would be to use some of those, maybe those clapping lights or something like that. Or just rearranging the furniture too, so that you could more easily get to it. And then not enough space to move around in that space.
That coffee table.
Yeah, between the carpet. Yeah, maybe just pushing it out a little more, giving yourself some more space. You could donate and get rid of some items that you don't really need or use in that area. All right, and then moving on to the kitchen area, some recommendations would be maybe to clearing out some space in the clutter on the countertops.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll give you more space for cooking also. Okay, and then also there was that throw rug in the kitchen. If you think about it, that's a really unsafe place to have a rug, just because you're constantly going to be holding and cooking hot things. You could trip and burn yourself, things like that. So that's a good thing to consider. And then we also noted your pet walking around, and same thing, you could accidentally trip on your
my
pet.
little shadow.
I totally get that. So you could maybe just put the pet kind of outside of that area, or in your crate when you're cooking, just for safety reasons. All right, moving on to your bedroom. So based on what we checked off, number one, might want to eliminate some of the clutter that we saw on the floors. That would just be put things away, putting things in the shelves. Same thing, maybe if you have extra clothes, you can consider donating or getting rid of items that you don't wear as much. And then we saw those electric cords. Maybe we could tuck them behind the bed instead of having them going.
I like that.
Especially because at night you're probably going to be in there when it's dark. You might trip. And then lastly, we're looking, there was no bed rail on the side of your bed. Yeah, and that can be really useful too to help you get in and out of bed. All right, and then in the bathroom, we're looking at those rugs that were crumbled up. Yeah, so
a couple rugs.
Looking at smoothing them out, or maybe getting a different type of rug that kind of sticks to the floor better so that you don't trip and fall. And then some other suggestions, adding a grab bar for the tub, adding one for the bath and maybe the toilet area. Yeah, help you get up and down easier. And then we noticed that the toilet was maybe a bit too low. I know that's kind of a big remodel, but you could consider a higher profiled toilet. But I also think that the grab bars would help with that as well. And then the slippery tub, we noticed there was no bath mat. So yeah, you could use one of those in there, I think, just for safety. And then there was also no bench or tub bench in the shower, which I think would be helpful as well. All right, and then staircase leading up to your bedroom and the bathroom up there. One thing I noticed that we didn't kind of talk about in the moment, but I did end up checking off lack of railings because they're on the left side there. It only goes up halfway.
Oh, yeah.
So it might be better to have railings that go the full length all the way up the stairs. And then also reducing some of the clutter, just putting your shoes away. The stairs is just not the safest place to have shoes and things like that because you could trip and fall. And then the stairs were pretty slippery because they're not carpeted. So maybe you could implement some kind of like slick or like mats, sticky mats.
Okay.
Yeah, just to, again, kind of prevent you from falling or slipping down the steps. And then last we're looking at is the laundry room. So we would maybe want to implement some better lighting in there because it was kind of dim, and then eliminate some of the clutter. Maybe just get some more storage. And
you should start putting some clothes away.
Sure. Okay. All right. So those are all the things that we're looking at. So the other great thing about this assessment is that you can now total the items for each section. So we've already gone ahead and done that, and we got a total score at the end of 38. So there's no like standardized scores or anything like that, but it's good because now you can come back and do. All right. So the last thing that we kind of wanted to touch upon about this assessment is that along with those great suggestions for each item, it also offers you some visuals for different assistive devices that might be useful, like specifically the rubber ramps, things like that. Just gives you a better idea. It also gives you prices, which is great. Some things I've never heard of on here. For each area also. So we've got slippers, remote controls, anything that you kind of notice that they might be needing. And you can probably look through this with your client as well. This was the page where we totaled the home hazards. And then this is links actually to each product that you can purchase online. And then here's some general tips for fall prevention that you can offer to your client if that's something that they're concerned about or they've had a recent fall in the past and that's why you're doing this assessment. And then these resources are specifically for Erie County, New York, but if you're from there, they offer specific telephone numbers and addresses of places that you can call, like contractors, and so they can actually do these home modifications for you.